Good evening, everyone. It's your girl Kateria Knows, and today I want to speak to you guys about a controversial topic. I mean, to some people it may sound a bit silly, but it is a very real and serious thing, and it's an issue, of what I want to speak on. And so today's topic, I want to talk about the issues of being beautiful. And I know that sounds crazy. It's like, oh, being beautiful, people are lucky to be beautiful, which they are lucky to be beautiful, but it still poses its issues. And with me being a Libra South node with the Aries North node, this is something that I must speak on, because a lot of Libra South node people, they have to learn to grow away from the superficialities in life and of life and recognize the issues that come with it. So, with this particular topic, I do know that there are superficial people that get caught up in looks and caught up in their beauty and kind of dwell there or utilize their looks to get by in life. And we're not necessarily focusing on those people today. I may touch on certain things that they need to grow and learn from. But these are people that are, genuinely legit beautiful people. And have good spirits or something else to offer besides their looks. So let's get into it. This is about 16 things that beautiful people deal with, men and women. So, first thing, people don't take you so seriously when you're really beautiful. People think, oh, he doesn't know much or she doesn't know anything. Look at them. And when it comes to business, people won't take you so seriously for that position often. They will think about sleeping with you, objectifying you in some type of a way, or you using you in a position where your beauty is shown rather than your brains. Another thing people deal with is they deal with superficial friends, superficial relationships. The reality could be very superficial. Friends will claim to want to be your friend, but it's really because you may get a certain attention or them being around you, they get a certain type of a look. Even when it comes to relationships and things like that, you deal with the same type of things. You feel like you can't really connect to a person because they're caught up in your looks, they're caught up in your beauty or what have you. And any flaw that you may have when you're very beautiful is highlighted. An average looking or even an unattractive person could walk around with crooked teeth and no one pays them no mind. It's like, okay, whatever. They don't even focus on that. But if you're beautiful and you have something off about you physically, people are really looking like, if you have a pimple like I have right now, I'm broken out right now, people will really look like, oh my God, look at this, look at that. They will pinpoint the things that could be slightly physically unattractive about you more than other people. Um, Another thing people deal with is that people look for your downfall. It's kind of like very similar to what celebrities deal with, being in a limelight, being in a spotlight, getting a lot of attention for their talents or what have you. um Really beautiful people look for them to age or look for them to have some type of a flaw, look for them to fall so they can laugh. Did you see that, did you see that? Like they overemphasize any type of downfall or issue that you may have going on. Or if someone breaks up with you, like, oh, he left her or she broke up with him, oh, he may not be packing or something like that. It's ridiculous. People look for your downfall. um Compliments can hurt. They can, of course, compliments are nice, they could feel good, but oftentimes you'll get like empty compliments, or sometimes the superficial compliments could be annoying when you're like out there, you're speaking about something really beautiful, really amazing, really important in life, but all people can say at the end of what you had to say is, oh, well, you're so pretty, or whatever. And then oftentimes people won't give you compliments because they think you get them all the time. So they're like, oh, I'm not going to tell her she's pretty, or I'm not going to let him know I think he's handsome because everybody tell him that he's handsome. I'm going to just keep that to myself. It happens all the time. You'll have a beautiful girl walk into a store with her friends or whatever, or to a party, and her friends will get complimented like, oh, I like your shirt, oh, look at your shoes. And the pretty girl, they won't say anything to her because they wouldn't want to make the other people feel some type of a way, or people don't want to overemphasize the beautiful person's beauty. They don't want to be another person on the list that thinks that they're beautiful. It's really sad. This stuff really happens, you guys. It really happens. And I know a lot of you out there have experienced these things. You guys can speak on them from your own perspective as well. So, dating, when it comes to dating, you rarely get hit on. People think that when you're really beautiful, really attractive, you're always getting hit on left and right. But oftentimes you don't get hit on at all because people think, oh, I'm not gonna, get at her. Everybody get at her. Or when people are trying to, approach you, that's the first thing that they say. Oh, yeah, well, I know I'm probably number 79 on your list, or oh, you ain't thinking about me, or oh, I'm not going to even come at you like that. I already know your inbox is full, or your DMs, or what have you, whatever. People won't, approach you, or they will feel intimidated. They won't even say anything to you at all. Also, you could end up dating like an insecure person, or you're in a relationship and then your mate ends up getting insecure about your looks. So they end up not wanting to bring you around at times, or they will bring you around just for you to be that trophy in some way, just so you can get some type of attention. The superficial relationships, like I was mentioning. People that are really beautiful, they deal with the issues of aging even harder than average looking or even unattractive looking people, because a lot of them, they build up their reality around their looks, and then they end up, when they age, they can't deal with it. It's like a heavy thing, like, oh my god, I'm aging, I'm not beautiful anymore. Or if they didn't get caught up into their looks and they just naturally age, people won't respect them anymore because, oh, well, she's not beautiful. That's all other people looked at them for. So they don't give them that same type of respect or that same type of love or glory that they may have, or attention that they may have before, because now that person is aging. So they're like, oh, like pushing them off to the side as if they're not important, but they always have something else to offer inside of them, most of the time. Um, or even people just look for or wait for you to age as well. People misjudge people that are beautiful. They often think that they're stupid. They think that they're weak. I dealt with that a lot growing up. People thinking that I was really beautiful, but they always, oftentimes, picked on me. I'm a very small, very petite woman, and this is, in elementary school, people will pick on you because you're beautiful, and literally will just push you or hit you, all these different things, and they will end up getting they butt whooped when your Mars is in the sign of Aries, and that will be that. Now they got beat up, and the person they got beat up by was beautiful, so it hurts a little bit worse in their mind. Um, Oftentimes people actually mistreat you when you're very beautiful. I know that that sounds crazy. People think that you get all this glorious treatment when you're beautiful, but oftentimes you get mistreated when you're beautiful. Because you're beautiful, people don't want to treat you nicely because they don't want to seem like they're treating you nicely because you're beautiful. So instead they end up, being rude in some type of a way. And oftentimes that does stem from jealousy, which we're going to speak about. People could be very insensitive to you because they think you have it all. Oftentimes, people think that because you're beautiful, you also have money too. I don't know why people think that, but they do. So, if you're dealing with an issue or a situation, people feel like, oh, whatever, you'll get over it, or it's not that serious, or they just will kind of not care about your situation. Oftentimes, this is not all the time, but this does happen. Um, Jealousy from men and women, and men, you guys deal with these situations also. This is not just to women, but as a woman, you would deal with jealousy from men and women. Of course, jealousy coming from other women, that's a natural thing. People already expect that kind of. um Girls won't, really connect with you. They will do some of the most horrible things. And back when it goes to dating, you will think that you have friends, but while these people are supposed to be your friends, and say you're in a relationship, these people get happy about the ending of your relationship. They will try to talk to your ex to get some type of validation, and compare themselves to your beauty in some way. And yeah, so people would be jealous of you all the time, like any, and off of the smallest thing. And this goes back to, like, if you make any little flaw, any little mistake, they'll laugh at you. They'll be happy that something bad happened to you. They won't support you. They will say the most rude and outlandish things towards you. They'll talk about you behind your back without even knowing you. It's just horrible. The jealousy is horrible, especially in the black race. When there's a beautiful woman or a beautiful man, the jealousy is relentless and it's ridiculous. People think that because you're beautiful, you're going to get way ahead of them in these different things, and that's not always the case. It literally is not always the case. So, oftentimes you don't get invited to significant events. You'll get invited oftentimes on something superficial, so you could be like that token, beautiful person or whatever. But you won't get invited to like a lot of things that you would possibly want to go to because of the jealousy or people feeling intimidated by you. Guys don't want to invite you because they don't want their girlfriends to feel some type of way. Some of the girlfriends actually say, well, yeah, we can have this party, but don't invite her. You better not invite her, or something like that. Like literally, like outcast you. Or some of your female friends won't invite you out because they wouldn't want you to outshine their event or something like that. Um, I already spoke about getting bullied and picked on. That is something that really happens. Oftentimes you feel lonely, you feel outcasted, you because people won't invite you to real things. People won't connect with you on a real level. People connect with you superficially or something like that. So you end up dealing with just feeling lonely often. Jobs oftentimes won't hire you, especially say for instance, a man is married to a woman and he wouldn't want his wife to be jealous of over you. Or if a woman is hiring, she won't hire you because she may be jealous of your beauty. And this is serious and this is not even cool at all. I know everybody deals with their issues. I speak about all different types of issues, but this is something that people totally overlook and they don't pay attention to it because they think being beautiful only has its advantages, and which it does have advantages, but it also has its disadvantages in what we're speaking about. So sometimes beautiful people will overqualify for the job. There's even people in Hollywood that have overqualified. They have been too beautiful for a particular role. So it's not just overweight people or unattractive people or black people or women that deal with issues just being beautiful. Everything has a high side and a low side, is what this whole thing is about. Another thing, when you get a job, you could oftentimes be fired if you age or if something ends up not being right with you because you didn't even know that they hired you because of your beauty. So now if your beauty fades or something happens with your beauty or you do something different to yourself, they will fire you because you're not, holding up to why they had you there in the first place. And this is not limited to acting, singing, or modeling. This is like regular jobs, you guys. Um so what I want to end this with is, when it comes to being very beautiful to superficial people and non-superficial people, develop a true sense of yourself, develop real confidence, real self-worth, learn a new language, learn a skill, develop certain talents. Don't get caught up into your looks because aging is a very real thing. We all will turn 100 years old one day. Not all of us, but we all will get older. Don't get caught up in your looks. It's ugly too when you get caught up in your looks, because what is that? There's really no substance there, especially when it's something intangible. The only thing that we hold on to, the only thing that lasts forever is our soul. So that's what we should be living for, is the development of our soul, not our looks. um you should travel, read books, connect with other attractive and beautiful people that aren't, so threatened. But oftentimes really beautiful people could be really insecure too, because society has shaped them so much to think about their looks and their imperfections. But anyhow, I really want to make a video on this because I've seen other videos on this on YouTube, and I felt like they didn't touch on every single thing in regards to this. I have come up with my analysis of this from talking to beautiful people, men and women, hearing their journeys and their issues in regards to beauty. I have dealt with my own issues in regards to being beautiful. I'm not someone that is caught up in my looks. I have been very outcasted, growing up which just led me to reading and studying and learning astrology and other things because I didn't really have real friends. I dealt with people picking on me a lot actually growing up. And but I'm not bothered by it being beautiful. I'm comfortable. I'm confident in who I am. You know, now I am not caught up with it. I know it has its days and its time. It fluctuates. You're not always beautiful. And that's something when it comes to being beautiful, people always expect you to look and be really beautiful. But sometimes you're not dressed. Sometimes you just want to throw your hair like my locks ain't twisted on me. I'm just tossed together right now with my workout clothes on, you know. Um, and broken out and everything. So it's like just don't get yourself caught up into it. I mean, it doesn't have any real true value to it. Yeah, it's nice to look at, it's easy to the eyes, as they say, or what have you. um and it is nice when you can see the creator does its work, but remember that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Everybody has their taste, their likes, their dislikes. So even if you're a beautiful person, you just, oh, I'm bomb, I'm this, I'm that. There's always someone more beautiful than you. And you may not be everyone's taste. You may not be everybody's desire or what have you. So feel confident and feel good about yourself, but don't rest on your looks. Get deeper than that. Get connected to your soul, the only thing that lasts forever. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to end this video here. And give me some stories that you may have yourself experiencing being really beautiful, or having a friend that may dealt with certain issues with being really beautiful, or heard stories in regards to this. I know it seems like it could be very light in issues and we shouldn't dwell on certain things, but there are people that actually commit suicide because of it. A lot of beautiful people, when they get older, they start aging, they commit suicide, or they get themselves into injecting stuff into their face, into their body, to try to keep up with their looks. So it actually is an issue that we deal with, and it's a very serious thing. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. And I will get back into more deeper subjects, but this is something that needed to be stated because it is real and it is out there. And if you see someone that is beautiful, don't hesitate to tell them that they're beautiful. If you find an attractive man, ladies, don't hesitate to talk to him because, oh no, he's too pretty. I don't want no man that's prettier than me. I've actually had a guy tell me that. Don't hesitate. They may have something to offer other than their looks. And fellas, if you see a woman that's beautiful, don't hesitate to talk to her, or to compliment her, or whatever. Um, she may be willing and ready to talk to you. You never know. You may just be her type. And that's it, you guys. I have so much to say in regards to this, but I don't want to make this video 20 minutes. Peace, love, and light.